Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are looking at tier 6. Yes, tier 6 tech tree tanks you should sell or you would sell. So these are 3 tanks that are either boring, shit, or you are just never going to play them once you get to the next tier. So first up, now this tank, it's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss. Personally, I hate it. It is the Nashorn. It's got a great gun. It's got a fantastic gun. But you know, it's got no armor. It's got speed, but you just get torn apart. You just get absolutely torn apart. If you're not sat at the back of the map farming damage, you are not really going to do too well. And if you sit at the back of the map and farm damage, then you have to rely on your team and you have to rely on the enemy team to be able to get some damage. So the Nashorn is, like I said, it's got a good gun, but other than that, when you get to the next tank, which is the ARL, equally as not as good, yeah, you're never going to play it. You're going to probably sell it to get the credits, and then you're never going to play it again. Now, some people like the tier 7, the ARL, the ARL, but again, it is a tank I absolutely hate. I actually prefer this tank than the tier 7, to be honest. But again, you know, the gun is good. Yes, you can. It's got great DPM. It's got good accuracy, actually. But yeah, once you get to the next tank, especially for those newer players, it is going to be straight away, you're going to sell it because you never probably... you're never going to play it again. So that is tank number 1. And again, there's some good things about it. There is some good things. I mean, the speed, I think, is good as well. And yeah, it's like the grill. I mean, the grill, yeah, it's on the line, but the grill has a great gun. The grill, yes, the only bad thing about the grill is the armor, where this doesn't have a turret, so you have to sort of turn. It's got paper armor, and you are just going to be ripped apart. Even by tier 5s, you're going to be absolutely ripped apart. So do bear that in mind. The best way to play this tank is to sit at the back of the map and just farm. It has the DPM to farm, but you just have to rely on your team. Moving on, another tank destroyer, but this time I think this tank is worse. Again, it does have the speed, it does have the DPM, but what a boring tank this is. The ARL V39. Now, if this had a little bit of armor, I think this would actually be a great tank. Now, the bubble on top, the hatch on top, is just paper, absolutely paper, and anybody and everybody can penetrate that, even against tier 5s. So again, it's got a good gun, it's got good speed, but the armor profile is paper. It doesn't have a turret, and it, honestly, I mean, look, we're just getting obliterated here by a tank that is not even spotted yet. But again, I'm not saying all of these tanks are shit. I'm not saying, like, even in the whole series, not every tank is shit. The reason I'm sort of looking at these tanks in particular are because either they're boring or you're just never going to play them. You're never going to play them again. And this tank in particular, if you're going to go and play tier 6, why would you play this tank? Like, if you've got the tier 7 and the tier 8, tier 9 or whatever, just look at it from the point of view I'm sort of making here is, I want to play tier 6. You know what? I fancy going to play tier 6. Is the ARL V39 on my list of tanks that, you know what, I fancy playing this? No, it's not, and it never will be. Moving on, and I think this one may be a little bit controversial, but you know what? I don't care. It's my video. I get to choose what tank I want to sell. It is the KV-1S. Now, I'm not saying the KV-1S is a bad tank. Okay, it's not bad. It's got a decent gun if you can hit. The armor I don't think is crazy. You can get penned by most things. There's a lot of weak points, but it's more about the DPM, I suppose. The DPM, I mean, 16.5 seconds reload. it's very, very low. Now, you're coming up against tier 7s and that have all good DPM. Now, when you can fire not even sort of 4 shots per minute, you have to make sure that every shot counts, because as I've said, the DPM isn't great, and if you miss a shot, then it is even worse. So the only thing I would recommend with the tank is take your time, aim, because you really do not want to miss your shot. Against tier 5s, of course, you will pen mostly. Against these little tanks that we're going to see now, there is chances of ammo racks. So if you hit the right point, it does have a big enough gun, as you can see, to ammo rack. So yeah, it's one of them tanks, you know, once you've got the tier 7, once you've got the IS, and it's the same for the IS, there's a lot of very, very similar tanks, whereas they may not be bad tanks, but it's more the fact that as soon as you get to the next tank, you're never going to play the KV-1S again, like ever. There is no reason to play the KV-1S. And once you get to the tier 7, which is the IS, you're never going to play this tank again, like ever. There is no reason to play it. It isn't a fantastic tank. I mean, we did actually get pretty decent damage for a tier 6 this battle, but it's not often you come up against tier 7s and you miss a couple of shots, you can literally end up with no damage, and you can do that regularly in a tank like this when you've got over 16 seconds reload. As I've said, if you come up against a tier 7 and you bounce, you know, and you're getting rushed by a medium tank, then you're just going to get absolutely torn apart. And you can see there that guy, the Panzer 5.4, doesn't have the greatest of penetrations, but he penetrated me no problem whatsoever. I don't think the armor profile is great. I think it could be better for like a heavy tank that is known for armor. But yeah, it's definitely a tank that I would sell. It's definitely a tank I wouldn't keep in my garage. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What tanks would you sell in tier 6 to get credits to help you along the way to get those tier 7s and tier 8s? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.